Welcome back to another episode of the Jasmine Star Show. I'm your host, Jasmine Star, in case you didn't get that from the name. And today I am going to take on something that no podcaster has dared to do before. Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure no other podcaster has dared to do it before, but I'm going to guess the vast majority have not. I'm going to be talking about how to take photos. And I'm going to be doing it on a completely audio platform. Yep, you heard that right. I'm going to be whipping out my photography skills today to teach you 3 ways to take better photos for Instagram. I know it's a little crazy, which is why I'm going to come right out and I am going to invite you to download the corresponding guide to actually see what I'm talking about and get tutorials. But before I get there, I'm going to go a little bit off and just speak my truth. This is completely off script. Okay. I don't know if you've ever done something in your business and then you look back and you're so frustrated because it feels like an epic waste of time. Have you been there? That's me today because your very professional podcast host recorded an entire episode where I walked people through how to take photos and I gave deep examples and the recording was 47 minutes or something like that. And then I realized that my microphone wasn't plugged in. And I have to tell you, when I realized that my microphone wasn't plugged in, it's been a really crazy week. There's been so many moving pieces. I'm actually really so darn tired. And it was seeing this massive mistake that I had made, which was like an epic waste of time. And time is the most valuable thing that we have. And it's so precious that when I realized that I didn't plug the mic in, I start to cry. Which makes no sense because I'm not even so much a crier. But to me, I looked at that 47 minutes and it was like somebody had I had just spilled a pot of liquid gold and then it's just gone. And so if you are listening right now and you feel like you have made a mistake or you feel like you've spun your wheels for nothing to happen, or if you feel like you have to do something over and over again because you just can't get it right, I'm going to invite you into the process that I walked myself through to move past when things don't work out the way that we had expected. And part of it starts with me saying, it happened for a reason. And the second part is to say, this is happening for me. It happened for a reason, and this is happening for me. I don't know why I did not plug in the mic. I've recorded over 100 episodes, and I have definitely plugged in the mic in all of them. So it leads me to think that there was a reason that didn't happen. And perhaps the reason is here, and perhaps the reason is now, is you and me having a real conversation to say that sometimes something happens and you just want to scream and you just want to say, why am I wasting time? Or in my case, it's girl, can you just not get your trash together? Can you please just get yo trash together? And instead, I'm just saying, maybe I needed to go through that so that I can talk to somebody here today. It's happening for us, and it's going to be better than what we expect. So this is me, take 2 of this podcast. And I really hope that you are wearing sandals because what I'm about to share is pretty knock yo socks off awesome. Okay, so let's go back to talking about that guide because I am talking about photos and because I think this podcast would be so rich because you're getting an audio and visual experience. And then, we're going to get into 3 guides. So jasminestar.com. We're going to make sure that all that stuff is taken care of and that guide is going to be coming your way. So be sure to download it at jasminestar.com/branding. Okay, so you know that I am a business strategist and I'm also the co-founder of Social Curator. And as a result of this, I look at hundreds of Instagram accounts every month. And I have to tell you, I see 3 common things with accounts. I'm talking about 98% of people on Instagram, specifically entrepreneurs, are struggling with the 3 main things. Number 1, they don't really know how to showcase photos that represent them or their business. Number 2, they're not creating a recognizable brand. And number 3, their Instagram bio isn't clear. And I'm wondering, like, can you maximize the small space that you're given to actually be really efficient? So I get it, because oftentimes I'm talking to people and they'll say, Jasmine, like, I can make sales when I'm talking to people one-on-one, but when it comes to marketing myself on social media, I hear crickets. Or other people will say, I really wish I could build a brand, but my life isn't interesting enough. And I want to be very clear and let you know that you can build a recognizable brand on social media. And I want to show you exactly how to stand out from your competitors and really serve your audience well. And more than anything, when you serve your audience well, when you lead with value, it turns them into sales and recurring clients. And this is where we all say amen. So in this guide and branding bundle, you are going to get 3 of the most downloaded guides all in one place. So you're going to love it. It's jam-packed. We include video tutorials and we have workbooks. Like, y'all, I am all about implementation. It's not enough to listen to the podcast without taking action. So again, I'm going to be going through this episode and you can use that guide to actually walk through and get visuals of what I'm talking about. jasminestar.com/branding. Okay, so let's peel back the layers. I started my photography business in 2006 when JD gave me my very first camera. And I have to tell you, I've learned a lot about photography since then. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to find the right light, how to style your flat lays, and how to take your own branding photos for Instagram. Y'all, it is happening for us. I don't know if you feel the energy, but I felt an energy shift. So thank you for nodding your head and being with me here today. Okay, so if you're ready, we're going to dive right in. So when I look at accounts and when I look at businesses, I'm truly an assessor. I'm very cerebral. I like to look at things, put them in context, and see how I can apply it to my business and to teach others how they can apply it to theirs. So businesses with the most visually appealing feeds, like people who have really awesome websites and social feeds and marketing collateral, they make sure that the lighting is somewhat similar in every photo. Now, I get it. There's no such thing as making light exactly the same in every single photo because you're going to be taking them at like different times of the day, and totally fine. However, I think you can use these 3 easy tips today for some awesome complimentary photos and videos in both natural and artificial light. And this will help make your Instagram feed cohesive and really beautiful. So let's break down 3 types of lighting so that you can make the best decision for your business. First, I always prefer natural light. When I go live on Instagram every Tuesday and sometimes every Thursday, I don't even use a tripod. Yeah, I just take what I have and I make it work. My simple yet fabulous way of getting the best natural light in my house is to prop my phone up with a folded paper towel on a window ledge in my kitchen. Y'all, when I say like I take what I have and make it work, I literally am taking a paper towel, and I show you how you can do the same thing. You want to make sure that natural light is coming in from a door or a window. Now, if you don't have a ledge to set your phone up, no worries. You can get a simple iPhone tripod, or sometimes I've put out a table and I put a stack of books and I put my phone right in front of the books. The second type of lighting is what I call mixed lighting. If it's a cloudy day or I'm going to go live and I'm in a pinch, I'll use a ring light in a room that has a little bit of natural light to work with. In case you're wondering, I use the Diva ring light from Amazon and it works wonders. I don't know. Do you guys know I have an Amazon shop because people are like, what ring light? What podcasting mic? What fake eyelashes do you use? And I decided I'm just going to put it all on Amazon. You can find that at jasminestar.com/Amazon. But let's get back to the lighting. When I am using 2 light sources, one from the window and then one from the ring light, it creates a dynamic range of light in a photo or a video. And this is what you'll find most common. I will always prefer natural. And then just in case I can't, I might include a little bit of ring light photos and videos. But because it's mixed with the natural light, it doesn't look so much like a departure from just the natural light. The third tip is using 100% artificial light. There have been times where I need to shoot a video for social media and then I'm stuck in a really dark lighting situations. Oftentimes, a single ring light will do a pretty good job to provide the light that you need. But sometimes, I don't know about you, it feels like a little bit like a mugshot, right? Like if you're standing really close to your ring light and your phone is there, it kind of feels like poof, and you're like holding serial numbers or something. I really prefer to have two forms of light, even if the second form of light is artificial. So in really dark, dire situations, I will use a ring light, and then I have something called a wand. I just put the wand at either behind me, facing my head, or illuminating the back of my room so that it's creating, again, two light sources for dimension between myself and the background. And this is something that you can easily do too. So I'm walking you through this audibly, but in the guide, you could see a quick demonstration video to show each of these lighting situations in action. So if you're a visual learner, y'all be sure to grab that guide. So now that we've mastered the lighting situation, I want to chat about styling flat lays. When it comes to a visual brand identity, I feel pretty strongly about having a library of images that represent your business in a way that is totally yours. Whether you own a product-based business and you need to shoot your products, or if you're a service-based business owner and want to incorporate lifestyle photos that visually represent your business, chances are you're going to need to style a flat lay for your feed at some point in your Instagram career. Now, if you're sitting here and you're not sure what a flat lay is, you've probably seen them likely a lot on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. You are looking at a flat lay most of the time from an aerial perspective, and it's either styled food or a styled desk or styled travel materials. Flat lays are a beautifully designed photo with items in it that represent you and or your business. I have learned so much about how to shoot flat lays for a social curator, including how to curate props, how to create a light box, and a ton more. And that's what I'm going to teach you next. If you can hear the excitement in my voice, y'all, I am the geekiest photographer. I love photography. I love taking photos. And when I could teach people what I know, what I basically struggled to learn, and expedite your learning curve, this brown girl is tickled pink. Okay, so I can't wait to show you how to create a photo shoot for your business. And then I'm really hoping that this helps it take it to the next level. So the first thing you need to do when preparing to shoot a flat lay is to curate props before shooting your flat lay. First, choose several props that relate to your business and also give a lifestyle spin to your photo shoot. Props could be anything from like a laptop, cell phone, notebook, pen, or even tools of what it is that you do, like tools of your trade, like a paintbrush, camera, a dog leash. The most important thing to remember when choosing your props is to make sure they are a visual representation of you and your business. Are there any rules? No, you get to make the rules and you get to choose your props. So this is time where we have some fun. Now it gets us to the second step to styling flat lays. This is when I recommend choosing an anchor item. I like to choose one prop to be like my anchor. This doesn't necessarily mean the anchor is right in the center of the shot, but traditionally and typically, the anchor is larger than the other props and particularly a noticeable color. So when you think about an anchor for a ship, the anchor of a ship holds the ship in place. And that's what I want this prop to do. It is to draw the viewer's eye to a particular place in the photo and then boom, anchor it there. So when it comes to choosing an anchor item, if you know your Instagram caption is going to be, let's say, about your to-do list, for example, well, you could choose a notepad as your anchor prop so it catches your reader's attention and then makes sense to what you're writing about. The third step to styling flat lays is to create a light box. To get the most even light and a beautiful backdrop for your flat lay, I recommend purchasing a few white foam boards from Amazon to create a light box around the area you will shoot. So now let's get back to the actual light box. What you're going to do is simply prop the boards around three sides of what you're shooting with the open facing side toward a door or a window. And then you have this beautiful place to shoot, which reflects light all around your props. With the light box, you can take bright, beautiful, high quality photos from your home. Now, if you're saying, no, Jasmine, I don't have a home like that. Y'all, at the time of this recording, I am living in an apartment. Well, my husband and I are redoing a fixer-upper. So I would not say in any way, shape, or form that this 1,000 square foot apartment is a photography studio. No, absolutely not. Most days I have to push baby toys and a dog bed and dog treats and old cups of coffee and water out. But, put a light box there, you're shooting good. So when we talk about the light box, you will see a tutorial on how I create it. But if you are an Audible learner, you're going to get 2 white foam boards and you're going to create a V. And then you're going to tape the back sides of the foam board. So you have what we call in photography language, a V flat. And then you're going to put a whiteboard at the bottom. Whiteboard at the bottom, you place the V flat right on top. And then the items are actually sitting on top of the whiteboard that's laying down. And you can shoot a photo from above and get this glorious light, which brings us to our final step. And this is the best part. It's time to start shooting, because once you've curated your props and once you've chosen an anchor item and once you've created the light box, it's time to shoot. So organize a few of your color coordinating props in a few different configurations and begin shooting at different angles and depths to experiment with getting the best shot. In your workbook, I link to a ton of videos to demonstrate each of these steps. So at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm going to say it again. Download the branding bundle at jasminestar.com/branding. Now on to our third and final aspect of taking photos for social media, branding photos. So I'm going to level with you. I'm going to be real. I'm going to look at you across the audio waves. And I'm going to tell you, I know how awkward it could be to get your photo taken. Like, have you ever been there and you're like, what do I do with my hands? Why do I look so awkward? But here's the thing. Anytime you feel awkward, I want you to hear my voice in the back of your mind saying, showing the person behind the business, AKA you, that's the ticket to really connecting with your followers. Your audience wants to know who you are. And there's no better introduction on social media than showing your smiling face. So in other words, suck it up, buttercup. Come on, you got to do the work to get the work. Okay. So lucky for you, photography is my jam, and I've got a lot of tips and tricks that you need right here. So what I want you to do is listen to the 4 ways to plan and organize your personal branding photo shoot so that you can show up confidently on camera. Step number 1 for taking fabulous personal branding photos is to choose your outfits wisely. Pick a few outfits that really show different sides of you, from casual to workout to professional attire. For my shoots, I like to have pictures taken in a dress, a blazer, then just like jeans and a t-shirt, so that my audience can get a feel for my style and for the different hats that I wear in my business and in my personal life. Posting pictures of the real you, that's going to create relatability, and it's going to spark conversations and create opportunities to build relationships. So then if we go into the second step, after you've chosen your outfits, now it's time to choose your location. So when you take photos and where you take them, well, that really helps your audience visualize where and how you conduct your business. So if you work from home, in an office, or if you work in a neighborhood coffee shop, well, plan to have your photo shoot there. I have had branding shoots everywhere from the beach to my kitchen to an office space, in my car. So feel free to get creative and let your personality really shine through. And step number 3 is really fun. This is where we get to get creative, because you get to gather ideas and get inspired. In preparation for your shoot, I like to go to Pinterest. I like to go to Instagram. I like to create little folders that I can go to really guide me on how to pose, because I'm not a model, and I'm actually much awkward in real life. And I'm like, how do I get a photo, not show how awkward I am? So what I want you to do is to look at your favorite accounts on Instagram and Pinterest for inspiration to help when it comes time to execute your photo shoot. I like to try and create various collections. So I'll do like poses or backdrops or lighting, and I do these based on my personality and business, and you could do that for your personality and business. Oh, and here's a bonus tip. Don't forget to save inspirational Instagram photos by tapping on the flag icon on the lower bottom right-hand side of the post. So you could just click when you're at a photo shoot and see that folder of images. So for instance, if you're like, Jasmine says she's awkward and I like some of the poses that she has done, great. You can go to my Instagram account, click one of those posts, and then on the lower right-hand corner, you're going to see a little flag. You'll click that flag and it will automatically save that post, aka the pose. So when you are out on your photo shoot, you can simply go to your saved images, bring that up, and boom, you have inspiration. Now, not all of us are lucky enough to work with a photographer on a regular basis. And if you're anything like me, you are going to learn to love your self-timer. So when you take your own branding photos, a self-timer is your best friend. All cameras and photos have one, and a quick Google search will help you find it on your device. When you've changed into your first outfit, have a few photos to look at for inspiration, and then what you do is set your self-timer, and then you start shooting. So maybe you're not as awkward as I am, but I will probably have to take 10 to 15 photos in one outfit using one pose to get one that I'm actually excited to post. And that's completely normal. Like, I'm not the kind of person who sets a self-timer and then boom, it's like effortless and fun and the angles are right. No. I'm a new mom. I got to work some angles. If you know what I'm saying, okay. So it takes me a few times to get there. However many times it takes, guess what? The more you do it, the less time it takes. So let's get busy. Let's start taking photos. Let's show up for our business in big ways. Friend, I hope these tips help you style beautiful flat lays for your product. Or maybe you're just finding a better way to take photos of you because you're simply showing off who you are. At the end of your workbook, you'll find a flat lay photo shoot checklist and a personal branding photo shoot checklist because, what can I say? I'm a little extra. Okay, but I'm extra because I love you. I'm extra because if you're sitting here coming up with all the excuses why you can't do it. Well, you see, Jasmine, I don't know how to style. Got a guide for you. You see, Jasmine, I don't know how to pose. Got a video for you. You see, Jasmine, I don't know how to find good light. I got a video for you. Y'all, please, no more excuses. Let's start taking action. I just want to make sure you have all the tools you need to take better photos for Instagram. I know you might think your engaging caption is enough to really turn those followers into customers, but in order to get somebody to really pay attention to you, you got to stop their scroll first. And studies show captivatings do that the best. And that's why I really wanted to share this information with you. What I want you to do is download the Instagram branding bundle at jasminestar.com/IG branding. Yo, you're not going to be sorry. Thank you so much for listening, friend. Until next time, I'll see you, preferably in a beautifully posed and styled photo on Instagram.